All you need to know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business. Good morning. We're bang in the middle of the week and world markets are seemingly anxious about the direction of trade talks between the US and China. This is the All You Need to Know podcast on Bloomberg Quint and I'm Alex Matthew. Today is the 8th of May. Equity markets here in India fell further yesterday, and yet again for the third session in a row, there was substantial selling by foreign institutional investors. Provisional data suggested that FIIs net sold 645 crore worth of equity yesterday. Domestic institutions, which had net bought only 57 and 90 crores on Monday and Friday respectively, came in strongly yesterday though and picked up equity worth over 800 crore rupees. The pressure does not look like it will let up today either. US equities fell by the most since March as investors worried about President Donald Trump's threat to increase tariffs on billions of dollars of imports from China. Oil prices fell and the yen, which is viewed as a safe haven asset, strengthened. All three early rises in Asia were trading with sharp cuts this morning. The S&P 500 fell 1.7%, while the Dow and the Nasdaq fell 1.8% and 2% respectively. Brent crude, last I checked, was trading below $70 a barrel. Remember, not too long back it had touched 75, and there were reports that it could be heading towards 100. Remember, China's top negotiator Liu He will be in the US this week, but expectations of a truce are fast fading. In news back home, the US wants India to eliminate trade barriers for American firms and remove data localization restrictions. US Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, who is here on a visit, said the US expects that the new government will address these issues. Essar Steel Asia Holdings, a promoter of Essar Steel, has approached the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal opposing the bid by ArcelorMittal to purchase the insolvent steelmaker. Essar Steel Asia alleged that ArcelorMittal and its promoter Lakshmi Mittal conspired to suppress vital facts and mislead the Committee of Creditors for Essar Steel. Meanwhile, the lenders to Reliance Communications moved the NCLT yesterday to appoint a new resolution professional and form a committee of creditors, the first step to begin the bankruptcy proceedings for the Anil Ambani Group company that owes close to 50,000 crore rupees to 31 lenders led by the State Bank of India. The SL Group has said that stake sale talks in Zee Entertainment Enterprises are at an advanced stage. It, however, refrained from sharing additional information in the filing it sent to the exchanges because of confidentiality agreements. The Association of Mutual Funds in India, or AMFI, has released guidelines to standardize haircuts asset managers need to take if their investments are downgraded. The suggested write-downs in principal and interest range from 15% for the first downgrade below BBB to a full haircut depending on the type of investment. These guidelines are of course optional in nature. Indigo is in talks with Airbus SE for another large plane order. It already adds about one aircraft to its fleet every week, but it is in discussions to buy a longer-range version of Airbus SE's newest narrow-body jet, according to Chief Executive Officer Ronajay Datta. In international news, this year is shaping up to be the biggest by far for defaults in China's $13 trillion bond market, highlighting the widening fallout from the government's campaign to rein in leverage. Companies defaulted on $5.8 billion of domestic bonds in the first 4 months of the year, some 3.4 times that in the same period in 2018, according to data compiled by Bloomberg. With that, it's over to Darshan Mehta for the trade setup for the day in India. Morning, Darshan. Not the best cues going into trade today.
Hi Alex, good morning everyone. Yes, you're right, global cues are rather weak at this point of time and the SGX Nifty is indicating a negative outlook. Among earnings, Titan will report numbers, that's the Nifty company, and among other numbers, Rain Industries, P&G Hygiene, Alembic Pharma, Tata Communication, Credit Access Grameen, Mass Financial, and Shriram Transport are among the few companies that will report numbers. Vedanta, decent set of numbers. Revenues were down 15%, net profit was down 46%, EBITDA was down 20%, exceptional gain of 2,900 crores in the base quarter, but nevertheless the numbers came in slightly above what the street was anticipating. Zinc and oil business benefiting from the recent uptick in the commodity prices. The debt reduction is considered positive, but the guidance that the management given has been conservative. CEAT also came out with numbers which were weak. Revenues up 4%, net profit down 17%, EBITDA down 18%. The fourth quarter saw a sharp cut in employee and overhead costs. Interest costs have also started to inch up with the rising capex. Raw materials as a percentage of sales moved to 58% versus 56%, and that impacted the margins of the company. Among other numbers, strong numbers were seen from SL Propack, Brigade Enterprises, Mahindra Logistics, inline numbers from ABB and Gujarat Borosil, and weak numbers from BSE. And incidentally, BSE board also approved the buyback of 67.6 lakh shares at 680 per share. Crompton Greaves will be in focus. Yes Bank acquired 8 crore shares in CG Power, constituting almost 12.8%. Because of the pledge invocation. Alembic Pharma enters into a joint venture contract with SHP Group and Ardia to promote and sell products in the Chinese market. Biocon retains the economic interest in global commercialization of Hulio, a biosimilar drug which is licensed to Mylan, and Biocon will gain a share of profits from the global market. SL Group says Zee Entertainment stake sale is at an advanced stage, according to Bloomberg News. Dewan Housing Finance gets the NHB nod to sell its entire 9.4% stake in Aadhar Housing Finance to Blackstone's arm. CG Power will be in focus again. Bharti SBM, which is the private company owned by Sunil Bharti Mittal, acquired another 65 lakh shares or close to 1% stake in CG Power. And Neogen Chemicals will be listed on the bourses today. The base price is 215 per share. But there's much more you need to know before trade actually starts. For that, log on to our website bloombergquint.com and click on the All You Need to Know tab, and you will be prepared for morning trade.
Thanks, Darshan. And as always, thank you all for listening in. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a lovely day.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma, or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.